Alright, hello everybody. Welcome. Heck, it's been quite some time since I've done some drafting. This is something I've been trying to find the space to do for weeks now. And every time I come across it, something closes the gap in my schedule. Um, but luckily, unluckily in some ways, and luckily in others, there was an issue a couple weeks back where MTGO was just sort of not usable. Um, and they, because of this, extended Vintage Cube to be around until the end of this week, through Saturday. Um, so, uh, yeah. So, because of this, normally it would be gone on Wednesday, but now we're rolling. We're continuing it on it. Goodness. Uh, Nick Thebron, thank you for gifting out 25 subs. Thank you, Anthony Cardstrom and Malamet for the sub. I appreciate it all a bunch. Uh, Goodness. Congrats, Cast Personified, the Adamant Archvile, Schooly D, True Raven Omega, Orohoros, Cecil Mo, Jelly Omelet, Salty and Sleepy, Drusilla 325, Danny Turner Tallow, Jojo Milieu, Jolly Flying Man Wazen, Zephyr Dragon Lord 8 Escape, Joanna Cujo, Solps, Tsuchinoko Squeezins, G-Volt, Boilerbot, and Jar Sheriff. Thank you a ton. Please enjoy your emotes. You have cubes now. And Manic Volcanic, thank you for the sub as well. We will indeed have lands and spells in combination. Um, but yeah. So what we're doing today, we have the MTGO Vintage Cube. This cube had a number of as of Daybreak being in control of MTGO, there's been kind of a shift on how Vintage Cube is being crafted. And so over the last few uh, changes on it, there have been some pretty major shifts. So the card list is we'll continue to see different things in here. So anywho, uh, yeah, let's jump on in. Cube. All right, so Cube is here until the 27th. Um, we'll be a lot of cubing. We're gonna see that there's a lot of folks in Cube here. Go ahead and open this. Yeah, it's still around 10,000 players. Uh, which I think is about double the max that we tend to see on these. The bigger cubes tend to, I remember the numbers being around like 3,000. I think the biggest I remember is like 6. Me the Fox, thank you very much for the sub as well. Yeah, folks love the cube. As I said, I've been meaning to do this specifically for some time. And now's the day we can finally get some cube going. So, excited for that. So, what do we have to start? Contagion. Mana Leak Below the Cut. Fractured Identity. Mishra's Workshop. Underground Sea. Yeah. Contagion is the pitch spell in black. Force of Will is the most known of these, but the others, except the white one, all were in some level of playable. The white one, I don't think that would ever. Like Bounty of the Hunt, Contagion, and Pyrokinesis were all like cards that could be played in some way. This card is actually quite powerful if we end up with specifically the busted card that is the One Ring. Fractured Identity is a bit of a commitment early. So is Workshop, I suppose, too. But I'm gonna go with the Identity early. Blue, blue and white is okay. Trinket Mage, Murktide Regent. Okay. Murktide is a reason to want to use things like this. Trinket Mage holds a lot of power in the format. Thraben Inspector is obviously just a strong card. Upheaval is upheaval. It gives us a bit more of a direction of a deck. Hmm. Wonder if like Trinket Mage is obviously like gonna have things to grab. I feel like I might be over picking to want to go on Thraben Inspector, but I do love me a Thraben Inspector. Um, gonna cuts the more open color here. Perhaps we can get like some aggressive. Ooh, hello. Okay. Library is library. Porcelain Legionnaire and Skyclave Apparition. Skyclave, I think, a little more so fit the idea of what I like to do here. Displacer Kitten and Copter are both quite legitimate. Displacer Kitten works really well with a number of cards like Skyclave, like um, Blade Splicer esque bits. Um, Library is very powerful. Skyclave, I think, is the card I'm competing mentally with. It is Kitty. Believe in the library. Balance. Steel Seraph, Chart of Course. Balance. Okay, balance makes me want to shift this to be more artifact heavy. Um, the reasoning there being that, like, I guess fairly obvious with balance. Balance hits lands, cards in hand, and creatures. Doesn't touch your artifacts. So you can play a bunch of artifacts and then unbalance the balance. Um, this color combo does have a good touch of support for that. Um, Things like some of the there's white artifact liking stuff we can find. It also just is a powerful option to have around. Um, Talismans are a good way for us to break parity. Kappa Cannoneer is another way for us to like the artifact stuff we have. Guardian Scale Lord is like a this is Sun Titan in a lot of ways. Doesn't get lands back. Malcolm is quite strong. Malcolm gets the flash on there is quite strong. The looting on there is quite good. I'm gonna pick up the talisman because we have the balance. See if I can't kind of get a factor there. Perhaps this gives us a color we can find a little bit more in as well. Black looking like it's got some open stuff going on here. Cryptic Command, Show and Tell, Thieving Skydiver, you may have noticed that this is a talisman, not a signet. There are less things in the world for Thieving Skydiver to thieve. That's okay. Thran Dynamo is also a real thing. Touch is less so. Touch is more on the like blink plan that I'm not certain we're on. Cryptic is like kind of settling with like fractured identity as like us just having powerful singular spells. And I like that as an identity for us. If we can kind of slam these sorts of like cryptic command is a different level of powerful spell than okay, well, Seachrome Coast as well is what I like here. I'm sorry, what do you do? Oh, okay. You are like a reanimate. You cheat Torsten into play. Do not cast Torsten. Cheat Torsten. Skull Clamp obviously real. Seachrome Coast real, but Treachery is something that like does a ton of powerful things. It's not even the grand shift of signets to talismans. There are only specific talismans. It is not 10 to 10. It was they wanted green to be the color that has ramp. So there's only a limited number of cards that are ramp pieces within they're outside of green. Council's Judgment. This is a sort of omni answer. Everything Chalice to get us a little higher up on here. I'm not certain how much I care for that. Well, it is nice with the balance. Maybe I should care for that more. Kind of getting a reactive spell pile. That's something I want to keep an eye out for. Patchwork Automaton. I think we can get again. This is like an idea to push more towards the artifact style. It has a not dissimilar growth style to Luminarch, though Luminarch is more aggressive and without needing to push it. I think I'm fine to try this. See if we can't get some more. Okay. Murktide Regent and Trinket Mage are both interesting for us. Trinket Mage doesn't have targets, but it fits in the ideal of the deck. Murktide also just sort of fits in the ideal of all these spells and a big threat for blue-blue. I'm gonna grab Murktide here. Legionnaire. Halfling is also pickable here. Green might be a thing, but Legionnaire is a fine body. Steel Seraph. Rex Sage is also... That's fine. Interesting for Misery Misery Shadow is a card I have a lot of love for. Okay. So, a couple cards that I don't consider part of the pile at the Mo. These two. Porcelain Legionnaire is down here and like a maybe. It's a little bit aggressive for the line, but the 3-power first strike can be a very nice defensive piece. Wasteland below the cut. And wow, this ain't much of a pack for us, is it? Hero's the only real playable I see. We're not a deck that really looks like... I guess Luris? At the moment, it is possible for us to pick around Luris. We would have to cut... we'd have to cut a chunk. I could play Luris in the main. That's not unreasonable. Nothing else in here stands out. For us, anyway. Stoneforge, Mox, Opal, Absent, Flash. Stoneforge, no current targets. We're in pack 2. Shark Typhoon is not unreasonable. It is something that, like, we either can play as, like, a cycling value bit or as a, like casting Shark Typhoon casting is like not a real like that's not something I want to be doing. I don't like tapping 6 for nothing. Our deck does have spells that are good for that. Um Prism is like not really a fixing piece as much as it is a like pile of ramp piece. This is a deck that, like, by its own design, is going to be doing something fair. Our unfair moves are kind of the card advantage it can deal with the library, or like the power it has it stuck in like balance and fractured identity. This is like a storm card. We're not picking Pentad Prism is not a card that you pick for your own deck. For like for going I'm going to play use this as like a talisman replacement. Um, yeah, it's the like Pentad Prism is like Cabal Ritual style decks. Celestial Colonnade is here. Swords is maybe more real. I feel like this is going to be a fairly reactive um like deck that we have going on here, and I want to have the answers that work. I'd also like to note that white is extremely the color we have going on. Um, that like is like what we have real. Um, oh, you were talking about Prismatic Omen when you said that. Oh no, Prismatic Omen is in here for Valakut and Valakut alone. Like that, there might be another card that likes it, but okay, Jace is a reason to have the blue in the deck. That's nice. Thought Scour is also like something that works very good with Murktide Regent. Probably won't come back around, but Jace is a card that is quite good at being like a threat on board that also is an answer to problems. So I like that. Yeah, Loran is like really strong, you know, just as a Rex Sage with some more text. So it's weird. I'm thinking about that Thought Scour. I want some more. I passed up a couple pieces of fixing. I need to make a little bit more of a pass on that. Perhaps this Triome is the place to go. Not much else really interests me in here. Fairy Mastermind is actually quite good. Takahashi's card here is good to be able to flash in during some draw, and also as like a something we'd be able to like get back with Luris. I feel like I do need to start picking up some fixing, and this is a fetchable pit if we can find some fetches too. This is the Jeskai land, one of the few where the art has the colors that I like seeing on it. Dam would also be pickable. We're not casting that as tiny. V-Click, Hollowed Fountain. Oh, Wandering Emperor is another really nice one too. Keep having a lot of these like powerful choices between our powerful fixing pieces and powerful play pieces. Also, hello.
Ahoy.
Ah. Uh,
Keep finding fixing tied up with Murktide pieces.
yeah, basically. Also, hi, this is Psyche.
Hello, I'm Psyche.
Yeah, how was our removal? Very heavy. Like, I feel good in our removal pieces. I'm gonna pick the fountain because it's just the most. Ooh.
We have a fair bit of interaction, and a lot of our interaction is really powerful.
Mm-hmm. Like again, like on the top end, we have like powerful interaction pieces, but then we also have like Sword to Plowshares, Council's Judgment, Absent, um, Ancient Tomb, Spellbinder. So Paulo's card here is also like a good aggressive piece. Psyche is a touch quiet. That is unfixable on my end because Psyche is at 200%.
That
Let me
is
let
a
me.
fact of life, tragically.
I can turn up this button here. Hopefully I don't have to turn it. Well, it might make MTGO sounds louder. We'll see how bad that is. Anyway.
Well,
we're not crap. Um, hmm. I could enjoy Dak just for off of the red fixing here. I don't know if that's any better than just having like
like
Gully.
Adeline or Gideon as things that clog the board and can attack your opponent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gideon here. Well, I'm not certain I believe in the red off of one thing that we don't have fetch lands for. Um,
Speaking of attacking your opponent.
speaking of, got a couple of. Speaking of, okay, that one I'm quite happy about. Yeah,
Oh,
this is one that like I want just as a it as time has gone on. Holiday has like 6 mana to attack is a lot, but like it gets the job done very quickly. All right, really.
yeah, hello.
Hi.
All right, 4 mana white cards. You got
Yeah, and uh, you
it.
know, I'm not
Castable
unhappy.
spell. Yeah.
I'm not unhappy with that. Figure is a
It's
fig. So yeah, white is very clearly. You take a look at the white in the deck versus the blue. The blue is like literally these 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards, 5. Okay, I've stopped adding to the number. Um, so like, but we also now have the fixing to make me feel good about that with like Tall Fountain, Colonnade, Triumph.
like those 5 cards are in the top 7 of your deck in terms of
Yeah,
power level.
yeah. Basically, like as long as they're castable, like each of those is high. Um, this is sad to me because Monastery Mentor was on my short list of cards that are kind of what the deck is doing, but
Yeah,
I'm
there's
not.
there's also a real fetch.
Yeah, yeah, that too. We have the Valakut to go with that Prismatic Omen that went back earlier. We have the best version of this card they've printed. My paper
Yeah.
cube still contains Mesmeric Fiend. You know,
I mean,
and it was
you,
played pretty heavily last when we were doing cubing. It was a good
we,
card.
we've talked about you want your vintage cube deck to contain creatures from the last 3 years and spells from the first 3 years, and that is a hell of a creature from the last 3 years.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a spell from the first 3 years instead.
Sounds good.
So one of the things I was a little worried about, like just looking at things like Gideon and Hero Blade Hold, I wasn't super into them as like cards I'm playing on a curve. This changes that math fairly significantly.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden we're not playing them on 2.
Savine's Wreck isn't us.
So this card is one of those cards that disguises its power behind way too much text.
Yep. This is a JM Tome.
Yeah,
This is a one of the best JM tomes ever printed.
yeah. Not only that, like Champion Tone that mobile, not quite mobilization, but tokens with it, along with all the rest of its text. Um,
It could be your commander.
it could be our commander. That's a consideration because right now we don't have a blue-white commander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a blue-red command, or sorry, we have a white-red commander. So that's nice. Yeah, Reclamation is just ain't. That ain't us. Neither is Brain Freeze or Helm. I didn't even know Helm was in here. To be real with you. We got Portal, Natural Order,
Yeah.
Chain Lightning, Chrome, Post Seed Shark.
That does a solid impression of Monastery Mentor.
Yeah. Not only does it do that, it also does it makes me feel. Oh, no, that's cast on the. Never mind. That one. Sorry, this one is made to be not as ridiculous as I think it is. But still works with like powerful spells, giving us, like treachery, for instance, if we untap with this. Also, uh, again, fits the rule. Creatures from the last 3 years.
Yeah.
If we had Snapcaster, I demand you take Snap to caster. Okay, that's fair. I understand it.
Snap is a pretty real card. That does solve problems.
He's free.
Yeah.
Alright, kind of taking a look at what we have around here. I don't think we're...
Like, what's our coolest trigger? Humans. That's
Game.
that's a pretty good one.
It's a good trick. Double Spellbinder, double
Name
Shark.
Angel, your Seraph goes off twice.
Yeah, name, humans. Yeah, I think I'm actually after our returning friend.
Mhm.
Now, this doesn't look like anything, but neither does Thraben Inspector. These are cards that are keeping us alive while cycling and helping out things like Murktide Regent.
Yeah, love to send Claw Lumbo looking for a dragon.
Yes. Emery is not really our
We've
speed.
got like 4 hits for Emery.
Yeah. I think I'm worried a little bit about just finding a little bit more to do down here.
That's what the Crypt is for. We're fine. It'll
True.
be fine.
Yeah, get a beach. This is for the person who drafted 3 Moxes.
Yeah,
That's...
I'll meet that person someday.
yeah.
Haven't seen it yet. No one wants to play that. That's castable?
This is like fine. It also is like it's a card I tend to like have as a sideboard card where I'm just like, all right, this is our answer to show and
Yeah.
tell slash.
The Containment Priest solves a problem.
Yep. Uh, top is also like pickable, but now this is a more recent card that there's a lot of text to say discard your hand and draw 7 instant. That's
It's
yep.
a pretty wild thing to do at instant speed.
Yeah. Each player may, so it doesn't work with
You can't catch them with Notion Thief or
yeah.
all of the better Notion Thieves they've printed. Well, you were talking about wanting things to do early, and we've got 3 1-drops here.
It's true. We got a 9-drop here, which we're not picking. I don't know. This doesn't really. I
You want to play the worst trick?
yeah, sure. Let's play the worst trick. All right, let's play the actual best.
Hey, okay.
All right. Shout outs to Pest Infestation. This card wins a lot of games real quick.
That card is so much better than it looks.
Yeah, so one of the things about Pest Infestation is A, you're playing Vintage Cube, so there's like 20 targets in every game, and B, it makes the bodies regardless. And it makes a lot of bodies.
Yeah, that is
Twice
destroy
X.
up to X and create twice X.
Yeah. Now, Raffello's hanging out here with it, which is funny. Those cards are
Yeah.
two that.
The mono green player is feeling really good about these last couple of packs.
Yeah, indeed. The Gruul player is salivating at this.
You want to pick the first half of Linkering Souls?
We don't even have any black man on the deck. The Gruul player is salivating at natural order coming back
Yeah,
around.
they get to pick two Valakuts in these on the wheel. They get to wheel two Valakuts.
Yeah, you know what? It already was here. I ain't hating. That's for somebody else to do. You know, I ain't hating.
I you wanna hate Jace?
Sure, you can hate Jace. Okay, I can hate here. This one, you can have like, cool green combos, dark depths. That's Um, after this, I will see what I can do to boost Psyche.
That is a pretty historic problem.
Yeah,
Last pick, huh?
clearly I was a little blinded by the blue. If we would have gone green instead, our deck would have been nightmare level. All right, 1 second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, first things first, I'm actually going to show this here. Toast view. We're going to turn MTGO down. We're going to turn desktop audio up. Now, this will make you louder and it will work. However, this is putting like a rake on the floor for me in the future,
Hmm.
and we'll
I'm
see.
going to make some noises to find out if audio levels are correct.
Yeah, how do things sound now?
And like later tonight when you boot up Destiny, you're going to fall in a hole.
Well, I'm upping OBS audio levels. So the
Mm.
rake is placed for like tomorrow when Slay the Spire like
Uh huh.
makes a noise. We'll see. Perhaps I can adjust from there though. I am aware of the rake. All right. Anyway, let's get
We
this.
have named the rake. We can see the rake.
All right, let's get this deck together. I'm worried that this deck is just sort of taking game actions.
Yeah, you've got sort of this basic plan of card advantage powered by a library and a Shorikai trying to push you towards singularly powerful pieces.
Yeah,
And so if you don't find the card advantage, you you wind up with, like, frankly, a lot of one for one disruption.
I would say that's the part I'm fine with here is that it has a lot of worst case on the one for ones is stuff like swords to plowshares or council's judgment.
Yeah,
Um,
like you can hold things off pretty effectively. What's our
oh, this is oh no.
non-permanence count for Murktide?
13 other.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna go like this, and then we're gonna put in some cards at the bottom here to like fix this
Yeah.
issue because this is porcelain
Like,
engineers. I'm the thing I am most worried about is that games without monocrypt are going to involve me dying to
yeah,
not casting spells on the first 3 turns.
like Figure can help shore that up a little.
That actually is fine, especially if we don't have anything else to do.
Figure makes you sad if you draw an island, but
Put Luris in the main deck. No, Luris the main deck has very little to do.
yeah, Luris is getting back Containment Priest, Figure, Seal of Removal, Thraben Inspector.
Okay, that ain't worth the slot.
Like, Seal of Removal with Luris is very funny. Uh, it's not
Yeah. I'd like to note that I think this is just flat the worst card that I'm including in here, but I'm including something early, and it does have uh, some power that I'm happy with in here. Anyway, Monocrypt, Library, uh, Duel, Duel, Duel. Let's try 'em.
Trying without the fetch is probably still fine.
Yeah, especially with like how little we have going on down here. Like a tapped land on
Yeah.
one is going to be like, okay. All right, and then basics are probably going to be illegal deck. Sure.
You'll love to see it.
Um,
It
it,
it feels weird to go as heavy on islands as we have to, given the number of cards. But the cards are cryptic. Yeah,
yeah,
like it
it's
is
it's
necessary.
like six. It's like we have a couple of things down here, and then we have cryptic Jace treachery, like all these double blues that are triple, even triple, that are like you need this. Whereas a lot of our white, at least the early plays aren't that, and it only goes up to double white, and we have
Mhm.
enough fixing that I'm fine with this. I'm treating Mana Crypt as a land because it is.
Yeah,
Um, we have a couple colorless land sources like this, and we have our library. So,
yeah.
all right,
Would you include Caracas completely off color as a colorless land? Yes.
yeah, I would, yeah, absolutely. Uh,
That
I would,
that card kills people.
I would include. Contest being stage target opponent's land. Yes, that's being stage can, which is probably like this. This is something I would bring in if there was some opponent is Dark Depths. I don't know. That doesn't work actually. No, it does. Yeah, it does. That gives us 2020. Yeah, opponent is Dark Depths. That's that sort of thing.
The opponent is Dark Depths and makes a mistake.
Yeah, but I would absolutely include Caracas in a deck that's like green black, like uh, the mana requirements would have to be outrageous, and my fixing would have to be non-existent for me to even consider not doing that. Um,
Yeah, like in most circumstances, if you just pretend that Caracas is a colorless land, it's fine.
yeah,
You still love that.
because the trick about Caracas is that when it is on, the value proposition that Caracas gives is outrageous. Bounce a legendary creature means I put 3 mana in, and then Caracas puts 1 mana out, and it will never lose that operation. It'll always cost more to replay into it. It also allows you to bounce off like Grizzlebrand has shown up from Reanimate and you are about to have a bad day. Grizzlebrand, obviously, they get to pay 7 life, but the point of like
You
reanimation or
you get to catch a lot of good reanimator targets. You get to catch the the show and tell deck.
yeah, and like even just like here's looking at like our setup is actually very resilient.
Catches it fails to catch Shorikai.
Yeah, it catches that if I go for like
If you ever crew it for
crew
8.
it. The trick, by the way, on the crew is that the tokens can crew as 3 power, 2 greater. So,
Mhm.
like,
I every time I read that card, my first reading is as though their power were 2 and
I
not
know,
as though it
right?
were 2 greater.
Yeah, kind of awkward. Mana Crypt, by the way, is a card that, oh, sure.
Lands, spells, combination.
Yeah, that was the want. This is the combination. So we get to like hard evidence on 1, on 2, leave up Containment Priest and a clue. Opponent is going to be moving.
makes us feel pretty good about Containment Priest being held up, given
A possible
possible natural order.
natural order. Yep. Also, we're in a nice position here with our ability to not have to play out. Okay, this library, by the way, very, very dangerous because our opponent is like, hand on the table, which is, one of those things where it's like, the ramp deck doesn't have, things to do. Library just lets them fix that.
They can pay a lot of life pretty comfortably, especially against us.
Yeah. Luckily, Elite Spellbinder and Legionnaire do give us offense. I'm going to leave up the Priest in case of, specifically natural order.
We are staring down natural order exactly, and they have an eighth of their deck to check right now.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Take them all.
Even if they didn't like both cards, they can pay the life to get them off the top and see 3 completely fresh ones next turn.
Yeah.
That is the
Ooh.
power of library, is you don't
Hello.
have to like it. Hey! Prizes!
So our opponent has not made a land drop either, so like...
Yeah. Happy.
Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at what's going on here. What are we seeing? Off color.
Oh.
So they don't have white at all here. I'm just gonna ignore the... I think I'm gonna make that E-Witness cost 5 because, like, this Auger, Coslum here, like, Jace just,
Yeah.
makes it look like a chump. So we're gonna take the Witness. Field cards go over here, and we're gonna move on in. Opponent can no longer, by the way, afford any of the life payments, and may... so the reason they dug there, by the way, very apparent now. Like, that was digging...
Looking for planes.
Yeah, as you said, they see 3 new cards right here.
Yeah, like they don't have to pay life to get that planes if it's in here.
Mm-hmm. And it's not.
And it isn't.
Okay. So... Celestia Ramp, only one green source, missed the, that. They have kind of like fair looking... This is too fair of a looking card, in my mind.
1 hit, creature into play.
Yeah, you look at...
Death.
Transform. The problem is, like, our deck just goes like Jace Bouncer, Swords to Plowshares, or Council's Judgment, or...
You have 10,000 ways to get that out of play.
Yeah.
Seal of removal.
Even no. They go to combat and we just go no. Nothing else really standing out for what I see. Yeah, perplexed how they didn't find out.
Sometimes you check the top. How many opening hands have you drawn that don't have a color?
Yeah.
They checked 6 cards.
I'm just gonna roll with what is. Okay, they're on the play again. Let's see if we have a nice... I'd like another... Okay,
How much do you trust Claw Lumbo?
I do. Specifically, we have, like, a nice move with, like, Seraph on 3.
Real happy about Shuriken.
Yes. My actual worry here is Wasteland.
And even that doesn't leave us completely in the lurch.
Yeah, it just slows us. Like we have color. Okay.
Ah,
Well, at least. Okay, sure. That does allow attacking over.
mhm. Love to be in a situation where the Shadow Spear looks fair.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna push at this opponent.
Yeah. On the turn, it holds them back if they don't have anything to play with Rafellos.
Yeah, like we can Seraph to either jump or lifelink or like all three keywords. Okay. So Raphaelos, this represents 6 mana. They probably can throw down, Ogier or something way worse than that.
Okay.
On the good news, no, there's no good news here. Never mind.
Gives them haste so they can't make that mistake.
No, I was gonna say like maybe we hold it off, but Exalted says no to that. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's fine. No equip end step. Okay. So we absolutely need the prototype going here. Steel Seraph is white.
It's true.
Um, I think Vigilance? Vintage Cube is around till Saturday.
Like, we're not holding anything off.
Well, I guess the Shadow Spear means that we basically can't.
I don't see a world where they show us a profitable block here.
Let's do what we can. Like, killing Nissa is gonna be hard. It's doable, like, next turn we'll be able to jump and get Nissa off the table. That's a lot of mana. They basically have infinite right here, because their land tap for 2 and Orphelos is around. They can tap for like 8,
They have 7?
10. No, land tap for 2, 7 plus Orphelos.
Forest tap for 2.
Yeah, so 7 off their lands, and then Orphelos for 3, then untap for 2 more, and then.
Oh, right, the untap.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, empty hand. So Knight represents like the ability to find like what are we looking for with Knight? Okay, and we're just gonna like
These two blocks are identical.
mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, quite happy with that.
Yeah.
So, if I fly over, kill Nissa, we can probably stay alive.
They have 12 power, you've got a blocker.
Yeah. And like, yeah, that's basically what we're looking at here. So, all right, we need flying. Nissa. All right, and we need an untapped land. Because, like, Treachery plus Jace is enough to just completely turn a.
Yeah.
You should, yeah, everyone has a free cube ticket, so. Let's blocks more here. Final card in hand is. Sure.
I mean, as far as Knight of the Reliquary targets.
All right.
Cool.
So,
Is, is it Razor Verge Thicket?
it's either Razor Verge Thicket or Knight of the Reliquary. I'm bouncing one of their lands. Um,
So at that point, it's maybe better to take the Knight because that's they can tap either of them in response to the treasury.
yeah, that's
That
the
doesn't
that's the
bother
thought
me.
process. Like, we can, because Knight in our deck has mostly it's the fact that like the Murktide Regent's in our hand. We can start fixing that up, and I kind of did want to remove the tutoring from there.
Yeah.
So tapped anyway. Like that's just something that's going to be happening here. Yeah. One of the fears I have is that if we leave Knight of the Reliquary, they just like
It
Dark
it
Depths
just
combo.
becomes Dark Deaths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just Dark Depths combo kill us. I'm actually still worried about like Knight here anyway. Like it is a problem.
Yeah.
But look, you have
Great.
500,000 mana. I understand. All right. Okay, and then just sort of sit on this. Um, so, opponent is in top deck. All we really need to do to beat an opponent in top deck is on tap.
Yeah. If Jace lives,
That's it. They played a forest, so
the
the
Thicket is still in their hand.
yeah.
Like that is our entire squad under this bus.
Yes. But that's fine. like Jace should be enough to win the game from this position. Doesn't like weirdly death touch, right? Yeah, okay. We could have untapped the land if we had took it. That's fair. I just the knight needed to be removed because of the threat of a Dark Depths combo. You know, it's not obvious or even certain they could have had it, but
I mean, even short of deaths, they produced a pretty good pair of lands.
yes. All right. What do you got, buddy? Oh, Chase. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Questy B, huh?
You know, I don't think we can let him have that.
No, I don't, because they have a way to give that trample. And also it like flat answers. Yeah, let's
That kicks Jace's ass.
yeah, so I'd like to use Chase the Mind Sculptor's ability. We're gonna Murktide Regent then. Well, hold on. We're gonna Clue token first. Okay. Okay. So they get a draw out of us. You know, that's you know, terrifying. But
Needs to be something worse than Questing Beast.
yeah, the problem is that Questing Beast like would clear our board.
Yeah, because
Cool.
Questing Beast just kicks our entire ass.
Cool. It was Wasteland.
Sick. Power run out of the Reliquary.
This does let Raphaelis attack.
Yep.
So
4/4 2 power of Jace lives. Okay, cool.
yeah. So and we're just gonna go grab a land. I don't really care. Yeah,
Yeah. Island to keep. Yeah, Island keeps you on Cryptic even if they pop one of the
yes.
duels.
Uh huh.
Deal.
Yeah, sure. Let's start. You know.
It is a hefty tree to chop down, but
So last card in hand is the 6th name land. Yep. It's 3/3, so we'll need both. That's fine.
Yeah, that ignoble has handed off so much power this game.
Yep. But we've got it down to just the ignoble. Hello.
That's a real nice thing to see.
You know, I don't think I care. That's too small of a body.
With Jace already on 6, yeah.
Yeah. Um. Cards, please. This costs 1 to activate.
Uh-huh. Costs 1 to activate and it leaves you card positive.
Yes. Again, cards with a lot of text like this, especially when you see that last line, your eyes can glaze over and just be like, what? Um, but no, this has like real text.
We talk a lot about cards that got added to an iteration of the cube for being from the most recent set. Uh, sometimes they belong.
Yeah, sometimes they actually have room. Yeah, whoa, hi.
Hello.
So now if they find like something real, we can just be like, nah, that's fine. All right. Continue chopping.
Figure's old enough that that happens at instant speed, right?
Yes.
Cool.
That's what makes figure wild.
They've printed a dozen cards with this
Mm-hmm.
text.
Then go on top of your deck. That one's fine. All right. Yeah.
I opened my mouth to say, "Hey, you want to brainstorm?"
I may have. Yeah. Okay. This had this played the control game quite well. I liked
Yeah,
being able
we
to turn a
have.
corner, and then like once we turn the corner, we have advantage machines. So
Just need our interaction to be strong enough to carry us there.
I tried Fate Seal's mechanic and specifically said no. Yeah, Fate Seal existing on 2 cards and then Jace, of course. And even those 2 cards, Fate Seal Sliver was like whatever. Like, but the actual one that did not in normal constructed formats at the time, but Spin into Myth was a card that uh, changed the rules of EDH. They specifically changed commander general rules because of that card. Uh, Spin into Myth is blue 4, top of deck I think it's just flat creature, and then Fate Seal 2.
Mhm.
And you would just hit like, you know what? Zur is actually really annoying, I think. And now Zur is gone. Um, but yeah, as like, and Spin into Myth, well, also has other like kind of oddities to it, but it being a one shot, Fate Seal makes it like fine. Its actual like thing that's weird about it is that it's effectively a blue kill spell,
It's yeah.
which is that
That,
there's a very old design sensibility of like, well, you could print red, deal 15 damage to target creature, but that's just murder. That's just Doomblade, which is not a red card. Scred was pretty close to this, for instance.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
A
Like,
little sad to see library and balance in the same hand, but
yeah, blue murder. Like, you can print a card that's top of deck a creature, then mill one, but yeah, that's just, blue Doomblade. Okay. Not too slow on this one. Like,
we
library colonnade pass, and then,
yeah, we can at a glance balance to swap off library and onto Wrath of God
yes.
if things get nasty.
Having that makes me feel fine about, like, taking this kind of, and even the talisman makes me feel a little better about, like, taking this sort of, like,
Mhm.
passive action here. Yeah. There's a, like, enchanted creature doesn't untap in the most recent set. That's upcoming. That also has blue shuffle enchanted creature into its owner's library, which is a little bit like, oh hello,
Does
hold
the
on,
same thing. Whoa.
hey, that was okay. If you had me name what card my opponent was gonna play, that wasn't top 50. That wasn't
Not at
even.
100.
That wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't even close. Okay, recoverable.
Well, the Sculler is just one of the ones that gives it back.
Yeah, this will give it back on Lee's play. Um,
Beach and a talisman? Right, no, Beach is the slow one. We're fine.
no, Beach is fine. Beach would have been fine there.
Yeah, no. Slow in terms of
Yes,
it wants a
this
bunch of lands. I
not
two
Seachrome
lands in
Coast.
play is the part where all of them work.
Yes, Seachrome Coast and
And
Deserted Beach. That's a different card. That's I I've been playing Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince. That's a different area. The
it's
Deserted
true.
Beach. Okay. Oh,
Whoa.
nods. Nah. Uh huh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Thinking very
how,
deeply. Atraxa, right? Like we've
how does
got.
it feel to have perfect mana forever, opponent? That's 5 colors.
Yeah, that's all. That's 5/5. And then what's our post combat? We're in blockers. What are you doing? What are you like ancestral recalling and
Untapping
blockers?
delete blockers.
No. We're recalling and blockers the best time. Like, gotcha.
You would have to discard.
Sure,
That makes our treasury feel pretty bad.
it does. Well, I'm just gonna keep.
Yeah, they're not pressuring you. Blade splice.
Yeah, let's get a body down, especially one that like contests current board and is fairly aggressive.
Like it again feels pretty bad about seal of removal, but
Yeah.
nothing to be done about it.
Hi, Malcolm.
Do we just blast Malcolm?
Like hit it with the. Are you revamp tutoring an unstep? What are you doing? Okay, man, we're just gonna bounce the. That's fine. We spend the. No, I think we're gonna. Hmm.
So I don't love letting the opponent with 5 colors loot.
Yeah, let's just. Hmm. It's annoying because we drop our library finally, but like
We do.
also like I agree. Like I don't want to let no player with this level of like, and we're not like that's. It's not like we're dropping interaction, right? Like
Mhm.
we're still actually quite heavy on that. The Restless Vent is wild because this implies not only is red real, but it's like actually real because this is not a card you play without other red sources. Like
Yeah.
Atraxa was what I was thinking, and then this card goes, wait, what's happening? Okay, so one thing to note, by the way,
Oh,
just a note for you if
yeah, that's an important one.
you didn't see that one. They have the combo.
They have our combo.
They do have our
All right, now 5-color bullshit makes sense.
combo. Mm-hmm.
But also takes Atraxa off the list.
Can't be. You're right. I suppose I mentally saw this, but I didn't until this moment had not like put it in my brain. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, like that tells us a lot about their deck and about the quality of treachery and fractured identity hits.
you're right. Like, this is the best we're gonna be seeing for the like because this is
It's Luris. Luris is the thing we're taking, and they're bouncing it with Seal of Removal because all their stuff is sorcery speed.
do I just fractured identity of the Tide Hollow Sculler to steal the Luris right now? Then
Uh, did they play it? It's in hand right now.
yeah, they paid 3. This is like
Yeah, I don't hate it.
active plays. Again, the treachery is not doing much. Um,
Like fractured hitting non-land permanent.
but
No,
this
Luris
also
is
says
permanents,
Luris
not
is permanent.
creatures.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're not getting. We are always paying 5 mana for a 2-drop.
yeah. This gives us our balance back, and it prevents
Yeah,
them from recurring this card. They might have a counterspell, which is why they didn't play Luris last turn. Sure.
deal. Yeah,
That that spends Dismember.
like it means that this turn is probably Luris Tide Hollow's color.
That's fine though. Luris Tidal Sculler, we have multiple sets of answers to.
Yeah, we can. If it's not Seal of Removal, we can blast Luris.
Hmm. Even if it is Seal of Removal, well, like they, Council's Judgment is on resolution because of the voting.
God.
So
Okay.
sure.
Count the measure of your destruction.
Take the balance.
They take Council's Judgment, so we don't have like
The clean answer to
flat removal.
that's they're too scared of the balance. So the balance is one of the tricks here is that the balance is
The balance sucks.
bad actually. One card in opponent's
We
hand.
discard 3 cards and pop 2 garbage creatures that they get back with Luris. Like, super okay with that.
Yeah, what are you revoking? My talisman? Yeah, all right. Talisman's off. That
Only only shown target.
because this is non-land. Can't name
Pithing
the
Needle, this is not.
well.
Power Dog. It's not a dog, it's a cat nightmare.
It says it right there.
Expressly non-dog. Uh,
Oh,
we did miss blue.
I somehow missed all of the blue in there. Look, they have the cat dog card, you know.
Nah, see the type line is a little smudge. It cat apostrophe S nightmare.
The Nightmare of Cat.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, I have excellent news about blocking with Containment Priest.
Yeah. No cards in hand. Can't activate the land. Um. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here.
We have Murktide as a 5/5.
Yes, which could be more if we uh, throw down Judgment.
Yeah.
They have not recently updated MTGO's UI. This is 4.0.
Containment Priest doesn't stop Luris things. Luris is casting from the graveyard.
Mm. So I could just like Colonnade block this,
Yeah,
but Containment Priest is recastable. Maybe that's too cute.
doesn't make a ton of difference.
Not really.
This keeps it a secret. Tragically, Blade Splicer just slightly too tall to be friends with the
Yeah.
cat.
2 cost. Take my card back, please. So they can play spells that are above 2. So they can have haymakers of their own.
Yeah,
But, you know. Yeah, okay. Um,
just produce a 4-turn clock.
yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that outcome. No cards in hand. They can cast anything. Like,
Yeah, anything that costs 2 or less.
no, permanents. They can.
Yes, any creature that costs 2 or less. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? We're about to kill a Noble Hierarch.
It keeps happening.
It does keep happening. This is a really good card at eating mana dorks. That's the other part of. This is the other power of Containment Priest.
Is the natural predator of Noble Hierarch specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, baby. 4 turns till library's active again. Let's
Yep.
ride.
Soon.
Please ignore your opponent's life total in regards to this statement.
Okay.
All right.
So, Luris.
5-color
5
Luris.
color Luris. I mean, I guess we could have. We have the dream over here.
It's true. I'm looking at
Yeah,
Gideon as
that
a way
was
of like just making guys who will contest all of their guys.
that was just what I was going to say as well. Was I was kind of going like this way on the cards, and I'm like, Chase doesn't do anything. Like Gideon here specifically, all the bodies we saw were like generic tutu.
Yeah,
Like they're good recursion pieces, but like
but they don't attack into Gideon. Do we like that more than like Fractured?
fractured in this match is kind of bad. I like treachery for well, fractured and treachery all both like. So the removal pieces that do remove like Luris and remove things permanently are good. Those are
Yeah, the fact that the
I'm
this is exile is real. Yeah, yeah, okay.
uh,
That's
I think I found
that's
the
fair
cut.
enough. We said you said the words out loud. This is the worst card in my deck,
Yeah.
and now it's not in the deck.
Yeah, seal against our opponent's seal. Whatever you're doing.
We our Luris Seal versus their
Their
Luris
Luris
Seal.
seal. Got him. Whoever gets it down first actually does win, then.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm thinking about Luris being friends with a seal.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hmm.
Luris entered the companion zone. Makes a thunk. Yeah, I'm like okay on this. I'm not huge on it, but I'm okay on it. Hello?
I. Uh-huh.
It was actually quite cool.
Yeah. I love reading cards for the first time in the Vintage Cube. I've never seen this curtain in my life.
Like 3/4 body. This is like
Yeah, that
Vidilian click ish. Like
flying for menace, yeah.
yeah, flying for menace and like actually does answer the card.
Yeah,
Is
it is
recurable
at
by Luris.
sorcery, which is a shame,
Is
but
that's playable with.
yeah. I I love any deck that produces a card in the companion zone
Mm-hmm.
is is out here doing incredible work.
All right. Do I care enough to balance here? I don't think so. That seems a little
You discard
too.
two.
My worry is the like flipped concealed curtain is gonna hit that, and then we're gonna be in an annoying spot, but not the worst. I can just like play my own Seraph.
Yeah.
We'll just see where this goes. If they decide to flood the board any more than this, like then I would take
Yeah,
it.
like if this is, additional dorks.
But if it's just activate curtain, yeah, okay. Why did 8 cards enter the revealed
What?
zone?
Hold up. The hell's in your revealed cards?
Steeled Seraph and Steeled Seraph prototype.
Hell yes.
Okay, yeah,
Excellent work. Magic the Gathering Online.
you got me. You're not wrong.
Both things that you could cast.
So fairly obvious of the ones I care the most here about is the one that contests the menace.
Yep.
Next turn, I would like to play Chrome Host in order to lead into these very large plays that follow it.
Yeah. Start getting huge.
Hi, Mox. Alright, what do we got? A lot of mana, but obviously that. So in most other games, that scares the hell out of me. I'm just gonna take 3 here. Actually, now that I think about it, like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I don't want you recurring that at the bow.
God, it's also a 2/4.
Yes, the body on it's wildly good.
Why is this shark so big?
It's probably dead. Oh, well, it is still likely dead. They have more to do in hand, clearly, because they did not. Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So Malcolm can't get through Chrome. One card in hand isn't a kill spell for Chrome? No, it's pick up Loris. Thinking on this, we can double block it, like just to double block it. No, that's okay at the moment. I'd rather not, like, risk the. Because right now, the Chrome host is really,
It's the
really.
entire game plan.
Okay. So, um. I'm,
Yeah.
all right. Hello. So, we get,
2 on a 5/5. Always adore the optimism of Mitko highlighting your opponent's
like,
lands.
eh?
Someday we could live in peace.
uh,
These flip at sorcery speed or instant speed?
instant.
Wanna just
Just sit.
yeah. Just produce 7 points of power.
That can lifelink next turn. Yeah, sure. We're uh we're set against that one. Does make it hard to kill Luris.
Yeah. It is incredible protection for Luris.
Alright, let's so incubator tokens are Incubate X makes a flipped 0/0 that has X counters on it. You pay 2 to flip it, so you get you get like an XX but delayed a bit. But that's still like this made 7 power.
Like a great deal a great deal of our ability to do that came from treachery being a nonsense card.
Oh yeah, treachery. Treachery's a stupid card that does wild bullshit, but I'm casting Steel Seraph for Steel Seraph things.
Yeah.
So they can block with Malcolm and bounce Malcolm to hand, or they can block with Malcolm and let Malcolm die and then recast Malcolm. They have like a number of like recasting options here.
Mhm.
Okay, block with Luris and then bounce Luris prevents the lifelink. Our follow up next turn is Shorokai. Make a 4/4 token.
Could also be Gideon.
Could just be Gideon.
Gideon also makes a 4/4 token.
Could be both if we draw land. Hmm.
Hmm. I get the feeling it won't be any of those things.
Or could be those things.
Eh, I'm betting against. Well, fuck me.
So, full hand for our opponent, but our board is like a problem. Okay. Yep, that's step one.
Necessary.
We did not draw a land in those 7.
Yeah. Sitting here doing the math on Gideon Emblem.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bounce their blocker, Gideon Emblem, 15.
Sounds good. Yeah, and we have exactly enough white for this.
I'm gonna like X equals 1 to get them to Caracas instead of letting it happen. Actually, no, that's too cute. We'll just do this. Cool. That's all I wanted was the
All
tap
right.
out.
Excellent.
No swords or something.
Like 7 in hand. This iteration of the cube did put more pitch spells in,
Yeah, they could contagion or solitude or
but
whatnot.
like,
Here's the other thing. We're
uh-huh.
making tokens. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
even if they had like 0 cost, did some wild nasty blowout, we still have so much sitting around.
Our sideboard worked.
It did. Love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to vanish very briefly.
All right. I'll jump on into the next game
Psychonthrope will return in match 3.
soon. But yeah, no. The Twister is one of the more powerful cards they could have played there because like their play, like they were dead out of cards and just they draw 7 gives them ways back in, but they were so behind on the board, you know. Cool. We're gonna play that crypt. You wonder why we're playing the crypt? It's so I can go draw that card quick. But it has some sort of aggro going on. Yep. This is going to be Deep Cavern Bat, Tide Hollow Sculler, supporting an aggressive line. Probably getting the balance out of here. Yeah, which we can kind of steal back if we need to. The life loss from this Mana Crypt may be an issue. We'll have to see. Um, Tails never fails. Alright. Crap. Okay, that's gonna take a little while. I want to play this plane so that I can start getting, like, bodies on the table.
Okay, we are moving quickly.
Yeah, our opponent has moved fast, and we were using Mana Crypt to move a little faster. Um, Sleeper into Deep Cavern, stealing our balance. We have a Cryptic that's a little ways off.
Yeah, this hand's a little tragic for Crypt.
Sure.
Thank you for doing that pre-combat, opponent.
Okay. All right. Man, a lost warning.
Chandelar Monoburn.
I know. All right. Tails continues to never fails. All right.
You're a day late and a dollar short, bud.
Yeah. Not terribly happy with with non-blue land draws. Obviously, those don't push us anywhere. You know.
Like, yeah, we're happy to have exactly 2 white sources.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. But it does have quite an aggressive line. Like,
yeah.
not only aggressive, but Bat makes it disruptive. The power of Bat, by the way, you're seeing the power of this one. You might see a 1/1 lifelinker for 2 and be like, what the hell? This Bat is, triggering Adeline. It's stopping our balance. It's allowing them to race us a little better because of the lifelink. It just does so much. You know, Tidehole Scholar as a 2/2 does a ton as well. It's just. Okay, there's Sleeper. Let's just keep winning the flip. Okay.
It's easy.
Good news, Cryptic is on. Bad news, what?
Yeah.
I think it's like end step, bounce the bat, and balance.
Yeah.
Uh, That is
So
what this looks like.
we
Throw our
need
board
to
away.
like trade.
Yeah. Not hard. Like, Evolved Sleeper becomes a 2/2 on first activation.
Yeah.
Hopefully they play more into the board. But no, I think that's what Cryptic is doing. I think Cryptic is bouncing and moving from there. Cryptic, I talk a lot about Cryptic Command. One of my favorites. It's a card that, like, no other. It's for what it does. It's simple in that, like, all of its effects are like easily summed up. Bounce, tap, draw, in that order. But what it does is also, because it's counterbounce, tap, draw, it just does anything. There are so few situations in the game of Magic that Cryptic Command can't solve. So I think we're
And there are so few other cards that solve the things it does.
yeah. Tap draw as a fog that cycles. Counter bounce, which lets you like off like proactive, reactive. Counter draw, keeping you up in cards. All these different modes that just get so much done. I'd love to see. All right, well, end step. We are going to draw a card and return target permanent to its owner's hand. This one, please. Okay. Thank you, Tails. I'm not gonna believe in library when we're slamming
Yeah.
so much down here. So this will get. We clearly need to balance before we play Chrome because we can't like leave them with Adeline.
Yeah.
Um, so we get them to discard 1 card out of this, and
Yeah.
no lands. So this is target player discards a card plus Wrath of God for 2.
Flake wins.
That's decent. It's like okay.
Talking about a few cards that solve situations the way things do.
Mm.
There is no wrath of God that cycles.
So, known card in hand, we have the bat. Good luck. Um, um, we have two unknowns past that. They discarded swamp, which may mean they have other lands like sitting there. Yep, there's plains. So I'm happy about this. So one of the reasons I think they don't have a lot of gas left is because when they didn't trade the sleeper, they pumped it fully,
Right.
and they made no follow ups on the 2 mana left over. So they weren't
Yeah.
like trying to press the board up. If we draw anything that looks good with this Chrome host, anything at all, you know,
Mhm.
any of our our walkers all look very powerful. Sure, that's fine. Our walkers still look quite powerful. We do have a problem. We don't have a
Okay.
problem. And, our walkers look pretty powerful, obviously. Um, as I was
Hilariously, I
saying,
think this might be the Chase is maybe the least powerful of our walkers here.
Jace Brainstorm still looks.
Like, are we brainstorm or are we
Or
fate
Fate
seal?
Seal. Hmm.
Do we do we try and press up or do we try and hold them down? I think we need to press up because we have a Mana Crypt in play.
Like, we need to be brainstorming to get
We
anything going.
Yeah, I think we need to be proactive to avoid dying in 4 turns.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um. Library and Inspector on top, and then we can just Wandering Emperor. So,
Yeah.
cool.
God, this card has flash.
Yes.
I didn't play in the standard.
It hasn't left.
I don't play in this standard.
Okay, well,
Okay.
found the sure. I don't care.
This is just Council's Judgment Gideon.
Yeah. We don't have a problem.
Never had a problem in your life.
Alright, now we're gonna
Deal. Kind of angry at your Mana Crypt luck. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Against Slyo for 2 years every week. It's just like this.
Yeah, it's fine. We have the life to spare. I'm voting Gideon.
I'd vote for Gideon.
Body here's nice. Lets us.
We get to crack the clue.
Yes. We know what's on top. It's a
Library of
library,
Alexandria.
but it's fine. Yeah, we know what's on top. It's Library of Alexandria.
Sure. Cool. Love that for us.
Yes, please. Planes. Uh, Crack the clue for Murktide region. Like I'm that good, right? Damn. Okay. All right. Well. Yeah.
Still a pretty good one.
Yeah, like, of cards, like, especially because we know our opponent's drawing planes there.
Yeah.
I'm chump blocking, by the way.
Uh-huh. Keep the Emperor alive. Put a counter on your hero blade hold.
Yeah. And then just keep locking the top of our opponent's deck for a while.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it does never fail. We don't say Tails fails sometimes.
I found a card I'm putting on bottom.
Yeah. What makes me like a little bit upset about this game?
What's that?
There are worlds where the way you win it is by ultimating Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yes.
And I hate that.
Mm. Like, we're in a pretty good control position for that. Jace's ultimate.
Jace's ultimate is exile your opponent's deck, shuffle their hand into their deck.
One of the things about, like, Jace is that not only does Jace have this really annoying plus that lets it control the top of their draws, not only is Jace brainstorm and give you card advantage, not only is Jace, like, we could bounce this token probably, not, next turn if we wanted to, like, get the clock off the parts of the clock off the table.
It also wins
It
the game
also
on its own.
wins the game flat on that ultimate. Not even
God's the
close.
perfect control piece.
Like, I've won one game through a Jace ult. Like,
I mean, a lot of the games you would win through a Jace ult, your opponent concedes.
well, the one I won through a Jace ult, I had like 25 cards in hand when they Jace ulted. It was pretty funny. Cool.
Sick.
That's like a card I want to draw. Let's draw first. That's like an extremely good card to draw here. I can crew that.
Oh my god. So you asked about Murktide region.
I did ask about Murktide region. Cryptic, Hard Evidence, Council's Judgment, I don't know, Salmon Priest.
We do want 7/7s.
And then we put a counter on Hero Blade ult, so it lives. And plus, looking at you. No, thank you. And then, combat. Battlecry first. Hello. Oh, this is a game of Magic.
Yeah. I. How many flips was that?
It's such an incredibly rude ultimate, but it is 12 loyalty. The problem is it could be 20 loyalty, and it doesn't really matter in a lot of instances because, like for one, 12 loyalty is equivalent of like 8 because it's a +2. Sorry, you were.
And like, you have so much time with Jace in play.
Mhm.
Everything Jace does buys time.
I lost 2 flips there, so that felt good. I played this Monocrypt on turn 1 and took 6 damage to it.
Yeah.
I think.
That game ended on turn. Who the fuck even knows? I lost count of the flips.
All right. Cannot believe how fucking the giant robot that draws cards creates guys also win content. Yeah.
Card was in a commander precon.
Look, they put good cards in there. They put good cards in there a lot. It's just that like
Yeah.
it's hard to keep up with like all cards in Magic. So You don't. To me, a lot of the commander releases kind of fall in a hole. I know about Columbo. I know about Yusuke Urameshi. Both of these being cards that are in the upcoming commander set. Uh, Not joking. Okay, both of them are like references to. They're not named Yusuke Urameshi or Columbo, but
It, at least the one that is Yusuke, if you gave it the Godzilla treatment and just wrote
Yusuke
Yusuke's name
yeah,
across the top, uh, it just works.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Columbo at least doesn't quite look like Peter Falk.
Though Columbo, like
Yusuke's
Columbo,
doing the pose.
yeah, Yusuke's doing the pose, but the Columbo card is also like perfectly Columbo.
It is.
Uh,
You do get to say one more thing.
it I'm fine with this
His hand casts Jace the Mind Sculptor.
with Chrome Host. But yeah, the like the upcoming set Murders at Karlov Manor, which is kind of like March of the Machine singular in that I have to say the name like, you know, carefully because I will say the wrong name. Um but is like, detectives, murder mystery sort of style stuff. And opponents off black.
Sick.
Sure.
Remembering that Teysa has a last name makes the name of the set make a lot more sense.
It does. That is the that is the piece.
Got there. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thalia, unfortunately, a little stronger than a noble hire. Okay.
Good news. Good news.
First strike. We get to eat the 1/1.
That's why I'm saying good news.
I forgot there was a 1/1.
Here it is. We get to eat things with Containment Priest all the yum 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 yum. Like Containment Priest job.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't find any players in Reanimator or like Natural Order, so
And I'm just playing Blade Splicer as most like enough to keep this back.
yeah.
Teysa is a card that's had like a number of cards printed, and all of Teysa's cards have been like ranging from powerful to interesting. Is not a character who has like, and like a bad card, a Maratandis style or something. Like Teysa's
Yeah.
original card is one of the best sack outlets that exists. Teysa's second card is like heavy protection, like very big but very worth the price. 7 mana, but worth that. And then Teysa's Afterlife one, which is double death triggers, also a very good card. So
Yeah.
Good gravy. What is happening here?
We are playing a reasonably fair set of blue-white cards, but they have enough pieces of disruption and also Jace to them where it's like, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
mostly
have,
fair, and then Jace the fucking Mind Sculptor is also here.
yeah, we have some concentrated power in things like Jace and Cryptic, and
Mhm.
then
Okay.
a whole lot of 1-for-1 removal and like bits of advantage. There's a library in here somewhere.
Yeah, we have like treachery plus fractured identity, things of that
Yeah,
nature.
okay.
This looks very good until we play, So Chrome Host Seed Shark is an incredibly powerful monastery mentor-esque effect, which works very well with our, expensive bits.
Friends with Jace.
Mm-hmm.
What if Jace came in with a 4/4 for 2 extra mana?
Monastery Siege, or wait, what Siege Shark? What kind of Siege Shark?
Chrome Host.
Chrome Host Siege Shark sounds like an AI generated magic card. Like
It's the big old shark.
it's
I like that it. Okay.
Yo.
Is that anything?
You wanna take that Gideon?
The can't. Thalia.
Ah,
Yeah. I do.
Hmm. Wait, wouldn't that specific Gideon on the chopping block at some point?
There was a point where this Gideon was a card considered for banning in standard. Reflector Mage did a get down for it. Uh, here it is, the worst card in our deck.
Seal of removal.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
What-
honestly, I'm a little.
Why is this in the queue?
Yeah, huh?
Luris exactly.
Yeah, we did have an opponent with
Oh, for
with
cricket's
Luris.
sake.
Alright, so we make a 4/4 that, it costs 2 to flip it, but am I just like bouncing a token here? Am I
Well, there's Fate Seal, there's Nugga
Hmm.
Token, there's Brainstorm.
play to the board? Like, we have Fractured Identity on Gideon as a pretty powerful follow-up play on the next turn. We just have to survive.
Now, I mean, it's kind of fair dues, right? They play a 4-mana Planeswalker,
Mm-hmm.
make a token, you play a 4-mana Planeswalker, and delete that token.
One hand washes
Balance.
the other.
It's balanced.
We even
Please ignore the token that we also made.
We also both paid 5 mana to it. Okay, that's something that likely has to happen if you're going to have this game go your direction. Uh-huh. Sure.
Gideon rushing over to punch Jace in the face.
These things happen. Yeah, Thalia can attack. Alright, I think this is accepting Jace's death and doing, like, cleanup? Containment Priest does what Containment Priest always does, eat a 1/1.
Yeah. Gets to keep happening.
There's eat a 1/1. You could double block on Thalia if you were just sick of her.
Yeah, I'm not.
But that's a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Love the fact that this is a window that could have allowed for Seal of Removal targeting Gideon.
So, also, this trade is, either happening or we're getting there finally.
Like, you got value out of Blade Splicer already. Like,
yeah. Cool.
Sick.
Well, they're tapped out. Time to make them concede.
Our Gideon.
Wait, it untaps him?
It makes a copy.
It makes a token copy.
Oh, okay.
It exiles.
Their Gideon is exiled.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I guess I wasn't prepared for untapped Gideon.
Yes. We also just have, like, Incubator 4/4 the moment we're able to pay for that. I like Knight's Whisper.
As far as last cards go, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, if that's your final card in hand, like, you'd have paid.
Your last card is 2 cards. Ooh, okay.
Well, this was Knight's Whisper, but it actually turned into Reading the Bones. Like, they had to pay a little bit more for that.
Read the bones with no scry. Enough of you.
Yeah, let's do the thing. All right, and your cards are. Anyway, let's find out.
Said, and your cards are.
And your cards are.
I mean, if you don't like him, you can bounce him.
It's true. All right.
That was Paulo Vitor Demodorosa's
Indeed.
invitational. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well.
Huh.
Oh my god.
They couldn't play it. They didn't have double black. Anyway. we're going to attack for
Oh
damage.
god, that flips in right because it's a token. It
Haste.
has to flip in the way that it gives it haste.
Yes,
Mm.
so this
Stick.
limited format was kind of wild because like these tokens were like secret haste that got to sit on the table.
Mm.
The limited format was also
Incubate.
wild because it contained the card named Sunfall,
Yeah.
one of the best wraths that's ever been printed.
Well, they're playing the card that's available to them,
Mm-hmm.
making us sacrifice a knight.
Yeah. Or discarding our...
Or
Discard the card.
They...
sure,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna die. Like,
Just
I mean, they were
dead.
gonna die anyway, but
Yeah,
whatever.
they were
They were a little hyper dead
They-
here
they were-
with...
dead 5 different ways.
Mm. I mean, you could. That's true. You could attack Liliana.
We
That's
could-
available to you.
Instead, I guess I'm taking... Was that 3060?
That felt like 3060.
Good gravy.
Yeah, so the deck here.
Fair asterisk blue white.
Yeah, like the big again. Like we did have So I did play Mana Crypt on turn 1 in a game. I proceeded to take 6 damage.
That game lasted 14 turns, approximately.
Good gravy.
The honest control, you know? Like, I mean, honest in that, however honest, the cute, like, treachery is not like, I ain't gotta call this card honest.
That's not an
Like,
honest card.
Also,
really.
we combine treachery with the sea shark, and that gets silly. Our win conditions were quite effective. Shorikai is a card that looks like it shouldn't be any good, and it's like, wait, wait, dude, oh my god, like, you just ignore everything on its text below the first, like, 7 words, you know? And it would already be, like, nuts, and then it has, like, 3 more things it does.
This is kind of the strongest JM Day tome that has ever lived, right?
Indeed.
Like 4 mana artifact that draws cards. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, you know, but also makes creatures, also can fucking kill someone.
Yeah, also draws 2, discards 1, so, like, filter out your land.
Yeah. So enables graveyard. So
Yeah, so our
all
like,
right.
yeah, our regent is able
Even
to...
if you're not a graveyard liking deck, that's strong card selection.
So...
I love seeing Archangel Avacyn in the sideboard. That's like, no, not good enough. Nah, we have better.
Gideon, for the Gideon on the board, Gideon did, this was like...
Yeah, Gideon was very real. Came in a number of times.
Stolen a number of times. Came in a
Kept
different...
Again, like, the maybe should have been banned guy.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, there was an era where Reflector Mage was a big thing, and Gideon was like not quite there, but like was close. So
We have another was very banned in a lot of places guy on our board. Tylerus. Legal in 1 format.
yeah,
Oh man, Companion was such a shit show. Like,
One of our opponents had Luris as their companion in this draft.
yes, they played Luris with Seal of Removal in their deck. There were 5 color.
oh my god.
And a Tide Hollows color.
Yeah,
They made a number of plays we could have made.
Jesus.
So yeah, Cube. Just gonna
Well
get,
cubed.
just gonna get the 1 in. Thank you, you both for jumping in. Happy you jumped in, Psych. Glad to
Absolutely.
have you here.
No, I
And happy
mean,
you
I
jumped in,
guess I only
Candace.
caught the end of it. I was busy watching Legend of the Swordsman.
You know,
I love that movie.
that's
a
a
lot.
good thing to be doing.
Release the Scorpions. My favorite line. So nice.
Yeah, so cube. There is both an arena cube going on, but more to what upcoming Magic stuff will be. There is a standard set that was the spoiler finished coming out today, so that'll be up on Arena. I think a week from next Tuesday. So that'll be the upcoming Magic streams. I won't, it's been a couple weeks, but they're gonna hit their way back on. But yeah, so thank you all for joining. Glad you all came in here. Thank you everybody for being here. Thanks for all the subs. Goodness. Thank you, Nick Themeron, and everybody for subbing. If you want to catch more, you can always follow. You can always sub as well. But if you're just here having a great time, enjoying the power of Jace the Mind Sculptor, then that's great. Glad to have you here. We got crab detectives.
That crab does so much work.
This card, Thraben Inspector is in line for one of the best one drops. So that crab does just as much work. So yeah. Anyway, Slay the Spire tomorrow. Mega Man Battle Network 5 starting on Sunday, and all the other odds and ends and goodies. But yeah. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.